I hope that you are well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. So today we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on conjunctions. And before we start our lesson on conjunctions, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 2, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of conjunctions. All right. So our chapter is conjunctions. Our subject is English language arts, grade 2. And our lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of conjunctions is to use conjunctions. All right. So when it comes to conjunctions, right? Oh, and before we start or before we continue, we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So we're doing a tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So this is where we are going to do our tutorial lesson as well as our tests. And remember, whatever you don't finish um, within our lesson, you're going to do on your own. All right, so conjunction. Conjunctions are words like and, but, or, and so, right? So those are conjunctions, and conjunctions are used to put words as well as sentences together. So it's almost like saying it's a join. It's words that join sentences. It's words that join certain words, right? We put these sentences together by using the conjunction, which is either and, but, or, and so, right? But each one of these conjunctions, they have their own specific, let's say, meaning or reason as to how and when you need to use, for example, and, but, or, and so to either join sentences or to put words or put sentences together. For example, we use, not example, but we use and. So we use the word and to show that things go together. It is this and that, right? So things are going together. For now, we go into an example. It says Greg and Kate are playing a game. So Greg and Kate are playing a game. So we use and to show that things go together. So over here, when it comes to if we use the word, let's say Greg and Kate, this is to put words together because now you're saying it's this person and that person, right? Because it goes together. And then our next example is it says, we went to the zoo and we saw some lions, which means that this is now either joining two sentences or they're putting two sentences together. So the first one would be joining or putting two words together, Greg and Kate, this and that, or we are putting sentences together. We went to the zoo and we saw some lions. That is basically putting two sentences together. Then we use but. We use the word but to show that things are different or that things are opposite. So we use but to show that things are different, or we use but to show that things are opposite, right? For example, we use the word, for example, we can say, I want to read, but my sister wants to play with me, which means that both of them want to do two different things, right? They want to do opposite things. The one wants to read, but the other one wants to play a game, or the other one just wants to play. The one wants to read, but the other one wants to do a different thing. So they want to do either different things or opposite things, right? And that is how we use the word but. Then we use the word or. And or is to show a choice. It's either this or that. That is what we mean when we say it shows a choice. It's either this or it is that. So do you want to go to the zoo or the park? Which means that this person has an option of either going to the zoo or they can go to the park. They need to make up their mind. They need to choose one of it, to either go to the zoo or they need to choose to go to the park. It's a choice. And even if we look at the next example, it says Aaron can ride his bike to school or he can walk, which means that Aaron has a choice to either take his bicycle to school or he has a choice of walking to school. So Aaron can ride his bicycle to school or he can walk. And we use the conjunction so to show that something happens because of something else. So we use the conjunction so to show that something happens because of something else. So today is my birthday. So my mom baked a cake. So since it's this person's birthday, her mom bought her or baked her a cake. So today is my birthday. So my mom baked a cake. Today is our outing. So my mom bought us snacks, right? So which means that we use the word so to show that something happens because of something else, right? And we call these four words, which is and, but, or, and we call so. And so we call them conjunctions. And conjunctions are words that are specific words that we use to put either words together or we use it to put sentences together. And once again, our conjunctions is and, which we use to show that things go together, but to show that things are different or opposite, or is to show the choice. It's either this or that. It's either I'm going here or I'm going there. And so, and that is to show that something happens because of something else. And we call these conjunctions. Conjunctions, where we either put words together or we put sentences together. Conjunctions. And we say that we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca, right? So let us go to our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. And we see that our lesson under the chapter of conjunction is to use conjunctions. And once again, we said conjunctions. Conjunctions are used to put words as well as sentences together. And we said our conjunctions are and, but, or, and so. So we basically use those words to join the sentences, or we use those words to put the words together. But each one of those words, they specifically mean something, and they basically give us or they tell us why or how we should use it. And we say that we use and to show that things go together. We use the word but to show that things are different or they are opposite. It's like you want to do something, but your sister or your siblings want to do another thing. We use or to show a choice. It's either this or that. And we use so to show that something happens because of something else. And that is our conjunction. And once again, our conjunction or the words which are conjunctions are and, but, or, and so. And these conjunctions are words that are used to put words together and it's used to put sentences together. Right? And now, if we are going to look at our, let's say, an activity, right, we're going to complete the sentence with the base conjunction. It says, I won 2 tickets to the show. I'm taking a friend with me. We need to use the conjunction words such as either and, but, or, and so. So I won 2 tickets to the show. I'm taking a friend with me. Are we saying I won 2 tickets to the show and I'm taking a friend with me? Or are we saying but I'm taking a friend with me? Or are we saying or taking a friend with me? Or are we saying so I'm taking a friend with me? All right, so we're going to say I want 2 tickets. So it's either you can say so I'm taking a friend with me, or we're saying and I'm taking a friend with me. Yes, so which means that I want 2 tickets, so I'm taking a friend with me. And so, if we use the word so, and if we use the word so, then so is to show that something happens because of something else. So I want 2 tickets to the show, so I'm taking my friend with me. And that is to show that something happens because of something else. So I'm taking my friend with me because I won 2 tickets to the show. Dad hasn't eaten all day. Do we say, and he must be really hungry? But he must be really hungry. Or he must be really hungry. Or do we say, so he must be really hungry? So if we complete our sentence, we can say, Dad hasn't eaten all day. So he must be really hungry. So we use the word so, which is to show that something happens because of something else. And Mrs. McKnight forgot to wear gloves. And then the last one, it says, complete the sentence with the best conjunction. Mrs. McKnight forgot to wear glasses. So do we use the conjunction and her hands are cold? So her hands are cold, but her hands are cold, or her hands are cold. So Mrs. McKnight forgot to wear glasses. So we can say Mrs. McKnight forgot to wear gloves, so her hands are cold. All right. So we are now going to our test, right? Where we are going to use either the words, conjunction words, and, but, or so. So we need to complete the sentence with the base conjunction. So we need to complete the sentence with the base conjunction. And remember we said conjunctions are and, sorry, but, so, and or. So that is how conjunctions, and conjunctions it either joins or put words or it puts sentences together. So we say Eddie cleaned out his desk. So now do we say and he threw away all the broken pencils? All right. So we need to complete the sentence with the base conjunction, right? It says Eddie cleaned out his desk. Do we say and he threw away all the broken pencils? Or do we say but he threw away all the broken pencils? So we say and. So Eddie cleaned out his desk and he threw away all of his pencils. And is correct. So the next one says, Dad hasn't eaten all day. Do we say, so he must be really hungry? Or do we say, or he must be really hungry? So Dad hasn't eaten all day. And then we say, so he must be really hungry. So he must be really hungry because he hasn't eaten all day. And then I open the gate. So I open the gate, or the dog stayed in the yard, or do we say I opened the gate, but the dog stayed in the yard? So we can say I opened the gate, but the dog stayed in the yard, meaning that he did not run. And then we say Amy isn't feeling well. Amy isn't feeling well. So we say Amy isn't feeling well. Do we say or she is resting in bed today? Or do we say so she's resting in bed today? So Amy isn't feeling well. And then we're going to use the base conjunction, which is so. So since Amy's not feeling well, so she is resting in bed today. All right. And then Miss Todd grew up in New York. And we see that we are completing the sentence with the base conjunction, which is Miss Todd grew up in New York. And we see Miss Todd grew up in New York. Do we say, but she lives in Oregon now? Or do we say Miss Todd grew up in New York, so she lives in Oregon now? So we say Miss Todd grew up in New York, but she lives in Oregon now. And now to complete the sentence with the base conjunction. The lake is covered with ice. So the lake is covered with ice. Do we say so now we can go ice skating? Or do we say or now we can go ice skating? So the lake is covered with ice. Do we say so now we can go ice skating or now we're going ice skating? And we need to complete our sentence with the base conjunction, which is the lake is covered with ice. So the lake is covered with ice. So we can now go ice skating. So we can say the lake is covered with ice. So the lake is covered with ice. Do we say so now we can go ice skating? Or do we say or now we can go ice skating? And if we choose the correct one, we can say the lake is covered with ice. So now we can go ice skating. And Tommy likes cookies. Do we say bat, not cake? Or do we say Tommy's like cookies? So, so not cake. So Tommy likes cookies, but not cake. Or do you say Tommy's like cookies, so not cake? And if you choose the correct one or the base conjunction, we will say, but Tommy does not like cake. So well done. Yes, but is correct. So well done, but is correct. Tammy knows a great joke. So Tammy knows a great joke. Do we say, but she won't tell it to anyone? Or do we say, Tammy knows a great joke, or she won't tell it to anyone? All right, so we say Tammy knows a great joke, but she won't tell anyone. And but is correct. So well done. But is correct. The elevator was broken. So the elevator was broken. So the elevator was broken. So do we say, so we took the stairs? Or the elevator was broken, or we took the stairs? So we can say the elevator was broken. So we say the elevator was broken. Do we say, so we took the stairs? Or do we say the elevator was broken, or we took the stairs? All right, so we say the elevator was broken. So, oopsie. So we took the stairs. And so is correct. So well done. So is correct. Let's do the last one. I thought I would finish in second place. So I thought I would finish in second place. So I thought I would finish in second place, but I came in first. All right. So that is conjunctions, right? And we said conjunctions are words which is and, but, or, and so. And they basically are used to either put words together or to put sentences together. I usually say to join words or join phrases, sentences. And we say with conjunctions, we use conjunction to join or to put words together, or we use the conjunction to join or to put sentences together. And we see that our conjunctions are and, but, or so. So that is our conjunctions, right? And before we end our lesson, we say that we use the word and we say that our conjunctions are and, but, or, and so. And we use and to show that things go together. We use but to show that things are different or opposite. We use or to show a choice, and we use so to show that something happens because of something else. And that is our lesson on conjunctions. All right, so grade two, this is now the end of our lesson on conjunction. Thank you very much for joining the class, right? Till next time, have a good day further. Goodbye.